Hey guys, Neomis, and for today's video, I wanted to talk about England for today. Because I really think that with everything that's going on within football now, international football, with the Euros, I think England, with the way how they played against Scotland, and they've really only got one game left in the group stage, and if you're an England fan, you could want to see the positive from the game and look at to say that the next game could be a positive. But with how the way how I saw England play, I think it was an absolute travesty. And I start to think, what is it that they could do besides the obvious? And the obvious is, to get rid of Gareth Southgate because he's too much of a defensive manager. But if you can't do that, what else could you do to fix things? Now, I know everybody's going to say bring on Grealish, bring on Sancho, but I thought, wouldn't it be good to see Bukayo Saka get an opportunity in the starting lineup? You want to go and do things really different to surprise the Czech Republic, who England have next. You go for someone like a Saka in that starting 11. You do things completely different. You rip up the script. You drop Harry Kane. But you and I both know he's probably not going to do that. But I want to put the suggestion out here to all the England fans, and hear me out, because I know what you lot are thinking. Oh, Saka, he's so young. No, hear me out. Bukayo Saka, one of Arsenal's best players this past season, has been the driving force for Arsenal during those difficult times, and been a key player for us this past season. Before the Euro start, the friendly that we did, I think it was against Romania, Saka and Grealish start, and you saw the interplay between Grealish and Saka. You saw the way how they played. It just flowed. Like, it looked like it was just meant to be. And I know Lingard was playing there, and it's a shame Lingard's not in the squad. But now I think now is the time, because potentially England could get knocked out by the Czech Republic, who are top of the group. They look way better than Croatia. They slapped around Scotland, which England didn't do. And you have to say that England are going into the most difficult game of this group stage, going up against the Czech Republic. And when you look at what the players at the Czech Republic do have, you have to say that they're not that far off. I mean, so I looked at the last game against Scotland, Czech Republic had in defence, they've got obviously Vladimir Kufal from West Ham, the West Ham right back. Thomas Callas, former Chelsea Academy graduate. In midfield, they got Thomas Souček. A lot of you will know him. He's another West Ham player in that DM role. You've heard of Jakub Jankto. He's been around for a little while now, but still decent player. And then you got Patrick Schick, just bossing it right now in the Bundesliga. Very good striker, scoring a really, really good goal in the last game against Scotland. And you have to say that England are going up against a striker who is in form, and they have an out-of-form striker, and they're choosing not to do anything about it. And this is why I have to say you have to make kind of wholesale changes. And I think Saka needs to be one of them, along with Grealish, along with the likes of Sancho. I actually would bench Harry Kane. I'd go on and put someone either maybe like a Rashford up front. More likely or not, I'd put in the guy that plays for Everton from Calvert-Lewin. I'd probably play him instead. I don't even think he's had a chance to kind of run out. I mean, the decision making that Gareth Southgate makes, I don't know whether I should be surprised about it, because I think Gareth Southgate he missed out some key components into when he called up his 25-man squad, but chose to bring on injured players instead. But hey, you can't do anything about it now, right? But I digress. Now is the time for Saka. Now is the time for creativity. Now is the time for something different. You put on Saka's delivery, whether it's on the left or on the right, he's going to perform. It's crosses, feeding the ball to someone like a Calvert-Lewin. I could see how that would work. Even to be honest, even to someone like a Harry Kane, I could see something like that working. Could you imagine like Grealish playing at the 10 with Saka on the left and maybe Sancho on the right? Saka whipping that ball in towards Harry Kane, going in for a tap in, or even better, whipping that ball in for maybe someone like a Grealish or for a Sancho to kind of get on that. He's 2-footed. He can play both right and left. And I know at times he's played at the 10, which I think the 10 for him is okay. But I do prefer him on the wings. But even then, you have Sancho could play at the 10. You got Grealish that could play at the 10. Mount that could play at the 10. I mean, for crying out loud, for so long this past season, we saw Harry Kane being played at the 10 under Jose Mourinho. And that could be an option there. But I'll say this right now. I think it's time for Gareth Southgate to release Saka from his bondage, from whatever mental restrictions that is preventing Gareth Southgate from really going at it and not playing the players that he either doesn't want to play or why he doesn't want to play. I mean, Saka wasn't even on the bench against against Scotland to go up against the likes of like a Tierney. And I think he's made a fundamental mistake. But you know what? That's my opinion, and I'm probably maybe slightly biased as an Arsenal fan. But I don't care, because at the end of the day, when things are as they are right now, you have to say that England have to go up and score goals. And you need to be able to create chances to score those goals. And Saka is a very good creator. So you would have to say Saka getting game time, maybe starting or coming up off the bench for England, isn't a bad shout. But what do you guys think? Like, I'm down for bringing Saka on for this further game against the Czech Republic. Like, we are going to need it against that midfield against Souček. I mean, Rice is going to get completely bodied. And, we're talking Premier League experienced guys with Kalas, Kufal, and Souček. And then you got the German ingenuity with Schick up top. And we really just have to get it right in England. So, I'm going for Saka to start. But what do you guys think? So, leave your comments below. I'm really interested to hear that. I know the game against England is on Tuesday. But I thought this would still be a decent time. You had time to think about the aftermath from the England game. And it allowed everybody to start thinking, like, what's next? What's next for England? So, definitely leave your comments below. Please continue comment, liking, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time on my next video, which most likely will probably be on some type of Arsenal news.